Hi soul family. So I did a video and I took you guys with me. I hiked up. Here I'm up to the top of Grandmother's Rock in the womb. You'll understand if you watch the other video. And I'm sitting up on the plateau above many caves below Chimney Rock. I'll let you take a look. They're the Twin Souls to the far right. Bell Rock is the little in the center there. Courthouse is the big square one. And you look across the valley. Soldier's Pass is over there. This is a coffee pot. You see the Sphinx over there as well. This is Thunder Mountain. Oops, let me zoom out a little bit. I saw a golden eagle flying over coffee pot, which was pretty cool. So I'm gonna, here I'll walk around, I'll show you a little. There's a woman up here, so I have to be respectful and stay on this side. I didn't come this way. Oops. This is normally the way that I would come. There's the stupa right down there and the medicine wheel. My sacred cave is up behind there. Sorry. I live, that's Sugarloaf right there. So I'm literally right at the base of that. That's where I'm staying. So this is the way I came. I'll show you. I actually climbed up with you guys. I put you down for a second while I hoisted myself up, but I can't climb down with you, so I decided I'll do the reading up here. I should get the cards and walk once I get the cards and let you guys take a look while I'm walking, because it's fun for you to see it. Lizard Head Rock right there. Can't see the Guardians and the Braves too well. You can see the grandmother's face right there. Where did I come up? I didn't come up here. I should have though. That looks pretty easy. Hell, I might even be able to climb down. Oh yeah, I could have climbed down with you guys there. I didn't know that spot. Sorry. I hung up the video, but that's because I'm going to do the reading. I went along here, and where did I climb up? I can't even find it. Did I climb up here? I don't know where. I might have climbed up here. I don't know where I climbed up. Anyway, I'll go get us set up with our cards, and I'll pick you up and take you over there, show you the divide, show you a few more things. Maybe they'll be incorporated into the messages. So, because I'm learning to be intelligent when I hike, I check under the ledge to see if I have any visitors. No. And then I sat my butt down, and I thought that I like this. I brought my little stand so you guys can see something decent. All right, so the decks I was told to use today are the Shapeshifters and my deck, the Naked Truth 333, which means an Ascended Master is working with you, most likely one that you're familiar with. Letting you know that it's all good. We got your back. Okay, so the items that you can choose from are going to be the Noni rocks right here, the sacred markers. Right there, you can choose from that. You can choose from the grandmother that I showed you. You can choose from Chimney Rock. And you can choose from the Sneaky Weasel. Sneaky Weasel keeps showing up. He's right there. Whoop. Sneaky Weasel. Okay. Every time I put you down, I'll put you down in a different spot, so it's cool for you to look at it. All right, so for those who chose, I mean, I would like to say the womb cave, but you haven't seen it in this reading. If I can climb down with you, I'll show it to you. But so the noni rocks, for those who chose the noni people. Noni is my girlfriend used to call her private female part noni. Noni people. Okay, first message came out, and it's interesting because I started with my deck. So a message comes to you from someone, or you are saying this to someone else. And the message is, please give me a second chance. Okay, so then with that start, we're going to ask for the message from, oh, we already got it, from the Shapeshifters. So strange companions in stranger places. So it talks about, look at Alice in Wonderland and Snow White, right? Snow White got poisoned by the poison apple. And Alice in Wonderland, when she was there, she drank one potion, it made her big, and one potion, it made her small, so she was tripping on acid. Somebody gave that to her, right? Oh, go ahead, eat this, it's fine. And she went on a trip. And stepmother tried to kill this one, poison that one. Poison, could have been somebody tried to poison your mind, right? Somebody saying, please give me a second chance. Did you listen to somebody else? Did somebody poison your mind against your friend? These two are friends. They're supposed to be. Oh my God, I know who those are. Here's the Cheshire Cat and here's the raccoon. So what I'm looking at is the deer and the raccoon are this person. The Cheshire Cat is this person. Interesting. So this one's got green eyes. So we can separate it too. Like there's your totems, there's your totem. The Cheshire Cat disappears. The deer says you've come out of a difficult time, so you need to walk gently on your path. You're not quite sure where you're going, you know, so gently put your foot down. You're either coming out of a difficult situation or going into a situation you're unsure of, so you walk gently. There's a skull in that. Don't eat that rotten apple, right? Whatever they gave it to you, both of you, they fed you both lies. Maybe these ones did. Maybe these are your ego, right? The Cheshire Cat's got jealousy issues. This one steals. Maybe these are separate. This is a red-headed roommate. Jealousy. That's why the problem is. These two are a couple. Okay, forget them being your totem. But it could be that too, right? Your alter egos could be someone. So someone's asking for a second chance. Somebody either poisoned them against you by saying something, or somebody was, you know, I'm sorry, I wasn't in my right mind. Sorry, I behaved that way. Now, this is telling you, obviously you've had problems, right? So how can you handle your problem? How can you deal with it? And Spirit's saying, use your imagination. Imagine. So if you've used your imagination in order to get out of a situation, if you want a second chance with somebody, use your imagination. What can you do? You can actually, your mind is very strong, and you're in your, what is it called? I keep wanting to say intuition. It's not intuition. Your intention, right? If you hold a loving vibration, I was speaking about rose quartz on the way up here. Love is the most powerful energy of all. Rose quartz is the most powerful crystal because it's love. Love heals bullies. Love heals fear, anger, jealousy, right? Love is, all of the issues are healed with love. So use the power that you have. Right now, it could be that you've been moved on to a different place. You're looking for somewhere else because the people that you were with you, or that you hung around, they lied, they tricked you, they deceived you, they tried to hurt you, maybe you figured that out. You're tired and you're maybe not quite sure where you're going or where you want to go, kind of wandering. I'm on a strange path. What's ahead of me? Things are changing in my life because I'm awakening, right? And my friends now think that I'm strange, and I look at them and they don't understand who I am, and I don't know what the heck they're doing. Maybe you used to be into this, right? You did the same thing. You used to do the same thing. You were just like us. You stole. You did drugs. You did the same thing. I'm not the same person I was, right? So things are changing. So now you don't belong here, and you don't know where you belong. I've gossiped, I've lied, I've cheated, I've stolen, I've you know, we've all done stuff, right? But right now, you've taken a new path. You're going into your new life. It's a metamorphosis that's taking place. And as it happens, sometimes we don't even realize it's happening till we're in the middle of it. And then the people that you used to trust and the people who used to know you, people that you knew forever, all of a sudden they don't click with you, or you don't click with them. Something's not working anymore. You're giving up. You gave up your power to something in the past. You weren't authentically, truthfully who you were because you were trying to fit in possibly with a crowd that, maybe that was it. You met these people and you wanted to belong, and so you started adopting their attitude or their way of being. And you hung out with them for so long, and maybe that wasn't even your intention, but you hung out there for so long that you started taking up their colors and started taking up their attitudes and even their beliefs and definitely their actions. And then you realize this isn't working. Oh my God, hold on. My cards, no. Hold on. My cards all fell. So it was like a deck of cards, right? Everything fell. And I am not losing this card down the stack. It's interesting that the messages that I saw though when the cards fell. But this is a scary spot for me to do a reading because it's not going to be fun for me to go after them. It's down there. Let me move you to a new location so you can see something different. So here you are, man, the wind is whipping up in this new place, strange land. Now you're, shoot. So I don't know, maybe you moved somewhere and you found yourself in a place like that and you ended up getting yourself in trouble and things started happening. Or maybe you were in a place that wasn't good and you went away and you're kind of going into the unknown. But whatever it is, Spirit's telling me that you had you weren't being your authentic, truthful self. You gave up who you were. You voluntarily gave up who you were. Your own personal power. You allowed your power to be taken away. So when you give your attention to anything, if you give your attention to anything that's negative, toxic, you're giving it your power. So if you focus on things that make you sad, if you focus on, memories, whatever it is that you put your attention to, you give it your power and it takes your power. Get it? So that's what you did. You voluntarily gave it your power, maybe by overanalyzing, maybe by focusing on the past and not letting it go, whatever it is. Maybe it's because you trusted friends. You thought you thought they were saying and doing what they were doing because they knew what was best for you. Or even maybe your spiritual teachers. I thought this person was a spiritual teacher. I trusted them. Or it's like when I first awakened, Spirit kept me isolated for 6 months. They didn't want me around any of the spiritual people in Sedona because they said, we want to teach you. You're like a sponge. You were so, absorbent at that time. You wouldn't have known what was truthful and what was tainted. And we didn't want you to be tainted. We wanted to teach you ourselves. So, you can't really blame somebody. It's like you go to school and you just start hanging out with people and, you're just a kid. And that's kind of what it is. Right? You wake up and you're new and impressionable. Well, what if it was your parents or an uncle or an aunt? People that should have known better. People that you felt were looking at things in your highest good, but they weren't. So, you know now that you have to own your own power and you're responsible for what you do with it. So don't give up your power. Make your own choices. You don't have to belong, you don't have to fit in, you don't have to be like other people. And that's a really big deal. Peer pressure is huge. There's adult peer pressure all the freaking time. You think it's just kids? No, it's not. Adults do it all the time. So, and I did it. I got 2 DUIs because of peer pressure. I'm not even a freaking drinker. And I didn't want to go out, and I didn't want to have anything to drink. But I ended up getting the DUI because the person that was supposed to be driving was too drunk to drive. And it happened twice with the same person. Did I learn the first time? Nope. 3 years later, it happened again. It's like, okay, what do you need? You would never catch me in a car with anything, any substance in my body. Hell no. Never again will that happen. My insurance is still screwed till next to the end of this year. I'm paying. It's, $20,000 cash out of your pocket. And then you think about it, it's way more than that with the insurance and the time off work. And oh my God, that's adult peer pressure, right? I caved. So right now, Spirit's saying you got a great deal of power. You're strong. You've got allies that are here with you. You've got spiritual allies. You're never alone even when you feel that you are. That's why when I see the messengers in the rocks, when I see the faces, when I see the grandmother's always there with me. That's a sign. You're not alone. So Spirit says that you do have allies that understand who you are, that what you're capable of, and they see the best in you. There are ones. They will be with you, and they will never leave your side as you go forward, and they lead you towards your true tribe. So if Spirit wants you to stop hiding, maybe you were hurt, right? Would you ever forgive me? Maybe you're embarrassed because of something that happened. Would you give me a second chance? Somebody's afraid that maybe that won't happen, right? But Spirit says, we don't want you to hide anymore. It's over. It's time to come out. And it's scary, but they're asking you to do it. All will be well. And if, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen? That's what you need to do, is literally ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen? And once you look at it, you're like, okay, well, it's not going to kill me, right? So if you want it bad enough, if it matters to you, and you want a second chance, you'll speak to the person. You'll let them know. Because feeling it, overanalyzing it, and not doing it isn't getting anybody anywhere. And life does go on, right? Okay, I'm going to ask for one more message from my deck and see. Correct for neutrality, what's the message that's important? Okay. Oh, 2K. They have deep sadness or depression. So that's one of the things, right? That might have been the reason why something happened. Please don't be so friendly to other men or women, so it makes them feel insecure. Please don't be so friendly. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose Chimney Rock, it's getting cold up here. I think I'm going to take us into a more sheltered spot. Dang, not to mention I don't need to freaking lose my cards off the backside. Ooh, hold on. Almost walked away without half my stuff. Let's get some warm and no wind, shall we? Is that lady still there? Or if I can go to that spot. Yeah, she's still there. All right, we'll go over here. All right, so for those who chose Chimney Rock, what were the other ones I chose? The Noni people, the Sneaky Weasel, Chimney Rock, the grandmother, right? Okay, I'll go over here. I feel like taking a nap. I'm tired. Okay. Here's a little pig. Always seems to be. Oh, are you kidding? Were you looking at me the whole time? That sucks. I'm sorry. God. I was letting you see all kinds of cool stuff, I thought. And you probably just saw stupid stuff. There's a little pig. I'm sorry. Ugh, I'll probably look at this and not even share it. All right. All right, for those who chose... Do we start with my deck? Yes. Okay. For those who chose Chimney Rock, I just heard I did. Really? Well, that's where my sacred cave is, so... Hold on, I gotta get all the cards. I only brought one of the decks. I've got 3 decks, right? The Naked Truth 333. There's 3 decks of 111 cards. Correct for neutrality on all levels. So, what's the premise of this reading for those who chose Chimney Rock? Wow, it fell out right away. You make life better for me. Nice, right? That's a cool one. You make life better for me. Okay, let's start with that. For those who chose Chimney Rock, check this out, you guys. I love silver, right? Isn't that pretty? How do you pronounce it? Lichen? It's the moss on the rocks, but with the light hitting it, it looks like silver. It's super cool. I like that. Super cool. Cannot believe I was walking along and you guys were probably looking at my nose all wrinkled up and my freaking, ugh, God. I don't know what you were looking at, but that's a drag. Correct for neutrality. For those who chose Chimney Rock. Correct for neutrality. Oh. Nap on the rock. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose Chimney Rock. I should probably let you guys see me shuffling, right? And you can hear me shuffling. But, whoops. That was too many. Cry for neutrality on all levels. Come on. That one? Snow White and her animal friends. So we're back to Snow White. We're back to Snow White again. You inspire trust and confidence. Well, that kind of goes along with it, doesn't it? You make my life better for me. You inspire trust and confidence. Well, this one obviously inspires trust and confidence with the animals. This one, the animals trust this one. The number is 9, which says you have everything you need, light worker, in order to move forward on your spiritually illuminated path, so stop procrastinating. Somebody says you make life better for them. You have been a protector. You have been a caretaker for these ones. They all snuggle in with you. All the shy raccoon, the little chipmunk. You know how fast chipmunks move, but they're all snuggled in your lap. The deer, he's even right up there. The squirrel, the bunnies. They're vulnerable. These are young ones, and they feel safe with you. So this is about you make life better for me. So this is inspiring trust. You're going to have somebody come into your life, or you have some people in your life right now. You're going to be used. Somebody said to me, I think it was Kimmy, right, Kim? That she felt like I was going to be healing, a lot of healing work with animals. Because I love them so much, and I'm a master, a Reiki master, right? So this is kind of about small children, you know, interacting with children, with animals, with ones who feel, with newborns, right? With ones awakening ones. That makes sense to me as a teacher, right? You inspire trust and confidence in them. You're going to be working with the ones who feel vulnerable. They don't feel vulnerable with you because you're trustworthy. Rabbits are afraid of a lot. Deer get blinded in the headlights, right? But you fight for them. You're on their side. You're not against them. This is somebody who has courage, and you feel powerful, and you protect the people that you love, and you protect the animals. You love the animals. And because of that, the ones, they know they can trust you. They're safe with you. You're not going to hurt them. You're most likely a vegetarian. You don't hunt them. They feel safe haven with you. They're able to grow with you. They don't feel embarrassed. They don't feel judged. They don't feel like you're lording and looking down at them. They love you. They like your energy. You're childlike. Oh, this is a nice message for me to hear right now. They like your childlike energy. They realize that you're vulnerable too because you're open about it. You don't pretend, you don't put on a facade. You let them know. I've done this too. You cry in front of people. You say when you've done, you know, you own your shit. You own your shit, right? I did this. I've done that. I don't get 5 days to, you know, regret things. I get instant karma. I get smacked in the head all the time by spirit as soon as I do it, right? And sometimes you do it anyway. You're like, why would they do that? You knew that was going to happen. I don't know, because I was mad, and I felt I don't know, vindicated, or what's the word? Not vindicated. I felt like it was whatever. I just felt justified at the moment. In the moment I did, and then I felt stupid. Whatever. So basically, you're here to show people that, you know, you can stumble, you can fall, you can make a mess, you can laugh at yourself, and you're not going to die, right? It's okay. Or if this isn't where you're at right now, Spirit's asking for this to happen, because this is a kind of energy that you have. You are somebody who has been vulnerable, who has been exposed, who has stumbled, who has hurt, and you've grown stronger through it. And you now understand what it feels like to be them, right? So they're asking you to step up. They're asking you to step into your role and protect ones who are smaller and more delicate, more fragile. Protect the animals, protect the people. Stand up for people who are getting bullied, right? Whether that be at work or whether that be in school. Let them know that you understand. And it's interesting because you might think, oh, how am I going to be able to help anybody? You can. You have been chosen for the reasons of who you are. For reasons because you've been through it. Because you understand. Because you've been there. Who better to help somebody deal with alcoholism than somebody who was an alcoholic? You're always recovering, right? Who better to understand what it's like to go through a divorce. You've been divorced. What it's, you've been to jail. You got arrested. You lost your job. I know what it feels like, right? It sucks. I see the weasel again right there. Right there. The weasel keeps showing up. So we're going to have to look up weasel totem. The weasel will back its way down into a hole. That way they can see what's coming, but nothing can come at them from behind. So they keep themselves protected, right? And Spirit's asking you to come out from your protection. Even though you don't feel like you're a hero. I spoke about those heroes, didn't I, on the rock? Superheroes. They don't feel like they are, but they are. And maybe right now you're thinking, no, I don't even see it happening. I can't even get it together. But there's apparently a victory that's about to happen. Yay, I picked this one, didn't I? An unforeseen victory. But Spirit says we need to take the steps to live up to the honor and trust and respect that others have in you. Right? So be careful about what you say and be careful about what you do. And remember that people are watching you. People trust you. So live up to that. Make a commitment to protecting animals. I sign every freaking petition that comes across my way. Support wildlife. I've said it before. Stop buying makeup and products, body health, hair, anything that is tested on an animal. I put Visine for contacts in my eyes and it literally burned all the way down the side of my cheeks. I wrote to Johnson & Johnson and told them I found out they test on animals. And I said, God, this is what you do to the animals? Look what it did to me. They're all freaked out and worried because it burned my face. I had pictures to prove it. I had no idea. I do now. Anytime I buy anything, is this tested on animals? Anybody wants to show me a product is it tested on animals? If it is, I don't buy it. All the most expensive, Clinique, Lancome, Sephora, all those products that all you women like, the expensive ones, they all are tested on animals. They'll lie to you. If they have it done in China, they sell it in China, it's tested on animals. It's also about raising awareness and the rights that you have for your children in the schools with bullies. My daughter, went down and she dealt with the school because of bullies with my grandson. And he was embarrassed at first, but no, I'm sorry, Little kids kill themselves, hang themselves because of bullying. No, it needs to stop. I've watched a bully. I was on the lake and these guys were like in their 20s. And there was this one guy and he was a little heavier. And then there were these two guys that were really good looking and these stupid girls. And I could tell that he liked the one girl. And they came along and they shoved him into the lake, embarrassed him. The way they did it, it was embarrassing. And everybody laughed at him. And I looked over at them. I wanted to go over there so bad. I think I said something like, wow, you think that's funny? What a loser you are. Somebody that has to do something like that, that's not funny. It's not funny. Sorry. And I had somebody recently, I was listening to somebody and she was talking about how it's at work. Her daughter said this guy at work, they were down in where the stock room is, I guess, down underneath in the restaurant. And he comes up behind and grabs her from behind and he says, I could rape you down here. And he's a creep. He's a total creep. And she told her mom, and her mom said, you report him, period. And she goes, I don't want to cause a problem. And she's like, no, because what she did was she picked up her skateboard and she said, yeah, you want a dent in your head? So she was tough enough to handle it. But what if it wasn't someone that was tough enough to handle it? Right? What if it was somebody that, and what happens the next time when this person actually follows through with it because they know that this person is somebody who wasn't going to speak up? You speak up. It's bullying. It's ridiculous. That kind of shit needs to stop. All right, let's ask for the final message for this one. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality. For the ones who chose Chimney Rock. Express your gratitude in a clear manner. Thank you for such a beautiful day. Thank you for allowing me to have an extended stay in Sedona. Thank you for such beautiful views. Thank you for the peace and quiet. Thank you for the constant phone calls that are paying for my trip, right? My work is busy, busy. Thank you. Thank you for my landlord. Thank you for Pat for loving my kids as much as I love them, right? So I don't have to worry. And I can just get some rest. Thank you for my rainbow sisters. Thank you for my soul family. Thank you that my daughter and my grandson and my son-in-law, how come I almost said father-in-law. Wow, message. Wow. My father-in-law. I don't have a father-in-law. Somebody does though, and it came out right then. Thank you for my daughter and my grandson and my father-in-law. Thank you for taking care. Somebody's not well right now. Thank you for sending them healing energy. Right now, John Dobbs, thank you for sending healing energy for him. He's got a fever right now. He's a little concerned. He's an amazing person. I'm asking that healing energy go and cover him. Thank you. Thank you for helping the person that is stressed out right now that lost their job. It's worried about money. Thank you for rearranging things right now and allowing the earth to get a chance to breathe again, right? And the water to breathe. I appreciate it all. Thank you. Thank you. Express your gratitude clearly. You know, if you feel something, don't just assume somebody knows. Tell them. Nice things need to be said. Your hair looks great. What a beautiful smile you have. That was really nice of you, holding the door open for that person. That was really cool, the way you handled that, even though that person was a jerk. Thanks for being you. Thanks for raising the love of my life. Thank you for being alive. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the sneaky weasel, apparently I did too. Good Lord. Sneaky weasel. Correct for neutrality. Oh, you start with mine, right? For those who chose the sneaky weasel. Why does my back hurt right now? I'm carrying around somebody else's weight. I'm trying to think of where in my back it's hurting. It's like aching. Maybe it's just sore muscles. I asked if I could use the bathtub in the main house because I don't have a bathtub and I didn't do it. Maybe it's that. Sore muscles? Correct for neutrality. I don't know. For those who chose the sneaky weasel. Oop, no, something almost flipped, but it didn't. That's a good sign. Something almost flipped, but it didn't. Caught. Divine intervention. I like that. Correct for neutrality. Correct for neutrality. Those who chose the sneaky weasel. Ooh. Just because he's a sneaky weasel doesn't mean he's a bad guy or her, right? Because all the cards just fell. Because sometimes you gotta be sneaky. You know, protect yourself. Sneaky weasel. Doesn't have to be bad. Look up weasel totem. Correct for neutrality. Just one, please, not 75. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Good Lord, seriously? No, I'm not taking all of those. So what are you telling me? The wind isn't blowing, the cards are falling. The cards are all on the table. Put your cards on the table is the message. Put your cards on the table. Right? Lay your cards on the, maybe play the cards you're dealt. Play the cards you're dealt. I want you to know how proud I am of you. Those are words that absolutely need to be said, right? He or she is not right for you. Move on. Huh. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I wonder what that's in regards to. Well, where you're living, where you're staying, your landlord, your roommate. Could be a partner, could be someone you're interested in. He or she, could be somebody said that to you. Wow. Don't be his or her friend. They're using you. Okay. This is a friend. Don't be their friend. They're using you. They're not right for you. Move on. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what comes up here. Correct for neutrality. For those who chose the sneaky weasel, maybe that sneaky weasel needs to get out of there, right? Maybe they've backed themselves into a corner. They're not your friends. Get out of there. Correct for neutrality on all levels. They're using you. That's awful. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the sneaky weasel. Maybe I chose a sneaky weasel and they're not right for me. They're using me, right? They're sneaky. They're acting like a friend. Spirits told me that. I already know that, right? They just have to point out who it is. They're showing me the lizard. Correct for neutrality. Little wolf girl, it's all right to be alone. Now this could be little wolf boy too, right? Little wolf girl, it's all right to be alone. So what I just got is, it's a queen bee. So a queen bee could be like the queen mother. It could be a gay man. It's a queen. It could be a woman, just like a woman, the queen bee. She's the queen bee. She thinks she's the bee's knees, and she's not right for you. Or he, right? Little wolf girl, it's all right to be alone. You don't want to be alone, but look at your talisman that you're wearing around your neck. It's a sacred talisman. You're warm. No leaves on those trees. It's a full moon. Full moon is about secrets. It also casts shadows, which talks about illusions. So, but this one's alone because they want to be alone. Like where I am. I'm alone because out of choice, right? So, she's in the full moon. Under the full moon. She's in the woods. She's alone. And where she is safety for her. And Spirit says that's a safety for you right now too. And if you are somewhere where somebody is not right for you, right? They're using you. It would be better for you to be alone. That's your sanctuary. You're changing right now. This is, again, another example of transitioning from one place to another. There's a great shifting that's taking place right now, rearranging that's taking place. And right now, maybe you're feeling a little bit open, exposed, or vulnerable because maybe you're around people that you can't trust, right? You don't know who it is that is your friend or who it is that's your enemy right now. Somebody's not your friend. So it might just be that they're not your enemy, but they're just not right for you. They're not going to help you. They're not going to encourage you. Like I got that from Spirit, and I was shown who it was. Move on. This person's not right for you, right? You could stay there longer, but it's just going to be a headache. They can't hurt you, but they're not going to help you. And everything they do is going to be about them. Their focus is about them. They don't think about you. That was what I was shown, and I was shown who it was. So I know what that is. So it could be that situation right now. But right now, Spirit's saying you need to choose a talisman like this one. See this talisman this one is wearing? You need to choose one. It's interesting, when I got this deck, this is the first card that I saw, and I had gone inside before into the spiritual store, and I got myself a talisman. I didn't know. It was lapis lazuli and moonstone together. And I had just put it on my necklace, and I opened the deck, and this is the card I got. So this one's not sorry that they're alone. It's like the hermit going, to find themselves on the mountain. It's good to be alone. When they're on their own, they take responsibility for everything, right? It's not on anyone else, it's on you. Your choice is whatever you do. You stand alone, you are yourself. You're changing. You're moving up a notch, right? You're letting go of that loose past skin, the old shutting off that skin. I want to do that right now. I feel like on my face, I was looking at my skin today on my cheeks, and I'm like, what the hell? It's like there's a top layer of skin that needs to come off, right? You know how, like, it needs to be sloughed off, and that's kind of what's happening. Like a snake sheds its skin, right? So you're awakening to another level. And when you go through this, it's a cool thing, but it's also, there's tests that come. And it's like, God, you're so over getting tested, right? Your senses are heightened. Your sensitivity will be heightened. You're going to be getting messages like I do. I'm walking everywhere, and I'm seeing and hearing things all over the place. Stuff like that will happen. Now, if I was constantly with other people, it would annoy them. They're not doing that, right? Like the videos, the people that want to watch the videos when I do that, it's for the ones who get it. For the ones who don't get it, turn your volume off. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me, and I'm doing it for the ones who get it and for the ones who need it. And it's okay. You're not going to be like other people, and you don't have to be like other people. You're going to get imagery. You're going to get messages. You're going to feel different energy. And it's going to help you achieve things. It's going to help you understand things that you haven't understood for quite a while. you are becoming obvious to other people. Now, what was the message? They're not right for you, move on, right? They're not your friend, they're using you. Well, you're changing right now. So you're starting to see things in a different light. This doesn't work for me, right? You don't have to go there and, like, it's not your job to pull somebody out of the mud and make them understand. It's your job to take care of yourself, allow yourself to grow, listen to your own messages, and be a beacon for the ones who are awake and for the ones who are changing along with you. Right now, however, when you're so sensitive, it's a time when you do need to spend a little bit of time alone. You need to recharge. You might be feeling a little awkward. Right now, Spirit says it's okay not to tell everybody everything. I took my picture down off of Facebook for a couple of days, and everyone's, you know, are you okay? You took a picture down. I said, I just felt like disappearing for a while. I just didn't want to be around, you know? And what's interesting is when you go through these changes, some people like it, some people don't like it, and they'll be very loud about it. And then there are going to be people that are going to be telling you what you should do, right? Like maybe somebody said, she's not right for you, move on. Well, that's not for them to say. It's for you to say. It's for you to figure out, right? He's not right for you. Move on. You go out into the mountains. You go out and be alone. You think about it. You figure out how you feel. How do you feel? What does Spirit show you? What are the signs and messages? And to me, what it is it's how does it feel to you? If it doesn't feel right for you, it's not right for you, whether it's right for them or not. And if it feels right for you and they don't get it, that's their problem. You're here to live your life, right? You don't need approval. You don't need flattery. Those people are not right for you. Move on. They're not your friends. They're using you. You think that they're there for you, but they're not. It's about them. And maybe you're figuring that out. So don't worry about it. You are growing into what you're meant to be, right? Embrace it and recognize, I would rather be alone and lonely than married and miserable, and that's a fact. Correct for neutrality on all levels, and I know it because I've been both. And I would much rather be up on this rock, sitting here like this, connecting with Spirit and enjoying all of this, than be with somebody that just makes my life hell. I've been in an abusive marriage. No thanks. Correct for neutrality on all levels. If it doesn't make my life better, it's not for me. Correct for neutrality on all levels. And I deserve better, and so do you. I see no one but you. You are my everything. Wow. Okay. I see no one but you. You are my everything. And what was the other one? I am so proud of you. I wish I want you to be proud of yourself. And then they're not right for you. Move on. There's somebody who sees only you. You're everything to them. They're proud of you. But maybe the ones that you're around don't recognize your amazingness. Clearly, you're in the wrong crowd. I chose this one too, right? I know when I'm in the energy that's positive and when it's not. Like I said, Spirit showed me before I got here. I knew who they were talking about. And, sometimes it makes it inconvenient. Because it would have been, it was very convenient for me. It would have made things easier on me, but at the same time, it came with its own set of, baggage. And it's like, really, you got to kind of weigh the balance, right? Is it worth it in the end? No. Move on. And sometimes that means you got to cut your stay short. Sometimes that means you got to quit your job. Sometimes that means you're moving on from friends. Sometimes it means you break up with somebody. Did you see those two butterflies? Sometimes it means you reconnect with the one that you actually really love before your friends told you that you didn't. Because those butterflies were orange and sacral chakra, seat of sexual energy and creativity. And they were hanging together. Maybe they both transformed. Okay, what was the last one, you guys? I don't remember. Sneaky Weasel, the grandmother, the Noni people, and Chimney Rock. Okay, so the grandmother. We didn't do the grandmother. We did the Noni people, we did Chimney Rock, and we did the Sneaky Weasel. So the grandmother. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. This was a good idea. I mean, this is a great day anyway, and I did get out earlier today, but Spirit said, obviously, like I said, the reason I wanted to build my house on this side of the mountain was because you get the sun way longer. Sun goes down behind Thunder Mountain, and Upper Sedona and West Sedona loses the light. It's gone. which I guess some people like that in the summertime, but it's dark. It's like, dude, you get way more hiking time on this side. My friend John always liked this side, and I didn't. I always thought that, you know, I liked it over here. Everything was happening over here. But it only takes, 5 minutes to drive from somewhere. This is a much better area to be because you got the light longer and you've got all of that to explore. And those canyons are magical. Fay Canyon, oh my God. If you guys haven't watched my video, it's amazing. Okay, hold on. I've got a couple of videos. I'm just gonna plug us in because our battery's dying. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the grandmother. Okay, I definitely chose the grandmother. My grandmother's my hero, and my Native American grandmother comes to me all the time. And my twin's grandmother. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Are we plugged in? Yep, and we are charging. All right. Those who chose the grandmother. What is the message? If anybody would like help with a private reading, with dream analysis, with long-distance Reiki healing, I'm a Reiki master, or if they would like help with, I make these are diffuser bracelets, Reiki charged crystal diffuser bracelets. Go check out my website. Okay, how many? No, that's too many. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you like what I have to share, please click like and subscribe and share these videos. It'd be nice to see the channel grow. It's not grown enough. I'd like to see the videos shared. They're very important. That one. You are a work in progress. Good job. My twin said that. He told me something about himself. I can't remember what it was. And I said, really? Like, I can't remember what it was. And he said, hey, I'm a work in progress. Not perfect. Hey, I'm a work in progress. We all are. Correct for neutrality. Good job. You're a work in progress. Hey, check it out, you guys. Watch that. I mean, I know it's a chemtrail, which sucks really bad. But watch how the wind is moving it. Look at the birds. See them light up? Those are downy woodpeckers. An opportunity is coming. Winds are shifting. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What did we just get? What was the message? I'm gonna work. We're a work in progress. You're a work in progress. Good job, right? Okay. Correct for neutrality. So with that, what's the message for correct for neutrality for those who chose the grandmother? Hey guys, can you see me? Oh God, I didn't even flip that one over. Hold on. Correct for neutrality on all levels for those who chose the grandmother. Correct for neutrality. I'm so tired. It's weird. Like, why am I so tired? Oh, I'm so cool. This was one of the ones that flipped up. You know, a lot of times readers will say, oh, well, this showed itself, but, you know, I'm going to put it back in. This flipped up. So this is pretty cool because this is the phoenix rising. Something you thought finished bursts back into life. 1 and 2. 1, keep your thoughts positive. Do you like what you're creating with what you're thinking? If not, elevate your stinking thinking, because what you're thinking about right now is manifesting. 2, everything is happening exactly as it is meant to happen with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. 1 and 2 together is 3. There is an ascended master. For me, my grandmother, working with you. Archangel Metatron, that's who it is, sorry, the ascended master. Most likely one that you know, one that you're familiar with. That's the one that's working with you. So if you have issues, if you're struggling, that's who you talk to. Now, what's interesting is, I always look at this, I'm just going to watch for a second. Hold on. He landed suddenly. He landed suddenly is what I got. He landed suddenly. I always get a different message. Sometimes it's that she doesn't even realize he's right there. He's watching her. He's right there. She's got her mind somewhere else. Or he. He's got his mind somewhere else, but I'm right here. I've never, in all reality, oh my, okay, I'm getting really emotional. Whew. I've never left your side. I've always been here. I've never left you. I've never left you. Now there's two messages in this. This, what you thought was over, suddenly burst back to life. They've never left you. They've always been there. Somebody who's passed into spirit, they have not left you either. And they're making sure that suddenly something that you thought was over, dead and gone, they're rooting for you, and they're making sure you get what's yours. This is the golden phoenix. Oh my God, you guys, didn't I say? I said I saw a golden eagle right above the coffee pot. Why didn't it come closer? Whenever I see one of the most amazing totem messengers, I'm able to see it, but I'm not able to film it. There's one flying right up above the lizard's rock, but I don't know if that one's a raven because it's dark. I could see it. The one that was there was clearly a golden eagle. So he landed suddenly. He landed suddenly. He landed suddenly. But I've never left you. So the golden phoenix, the sun. The sun is what we use when we ask the Father to fill us with unconditional love. The sun is what we use, the gold heat of the sun. So the golden phoenix is who you're supposed to talk to. This is your guardian right now. The Thunderbird that's up here. We're on Thunder Mountain. The golden phoenix is here, okay? The golden phoenix is here. In the morning, talk to your golden phoenix and understand that with that sun, the golden phoenix is recharging and realigning and balancing your chakras, your entire field, your energy field. And by doing that, it brings all of your thoughts and your experiences and your opportunities throughout the day. They come to you in the proper way. You know when I rhyme, it's always higher self. You are very loved by the golden phoenix. Honor her. She honors you. This talks about bringing life from death, the sun from ash. You rise again, reborn. Remember I said you need to be rebirthed, reborn? This is a sacred guardian. This is a helper. This is a loving companion. And what's interesting about this one is this one asks you to die. Before you actually die an earthly death, die to the old way of being. Let that part of you die. Let that past die. And allow yourself to be reborn again new, just like today. We did it together, right? This is your rebirth, your reincarnation. So whatever doesn't work for you, remember, they're not right for you. He or she's not right for you. They're not your friends. They're using you. Let that die. Let it go. Let it walk away and allow what you deserve to come to you. But there's something that comes to you. Somebody says, I see nothing but you. Right? No one but you. That one that never left. When you are reborn, you're going to have, if you allow that old to fall away, I mean, look at this now. I've got ringing in my ears. At first, it was like silver, right? I don't know what it looks like for you guys in the light, but now I'm starting to see, as the light starts to shift, it's starting to be sparkling green, which is healing, love, growth, abundance, right? It's renewed vigor. It's renewed health. It's renewed zest for life. When you let that, what was burdensome and old, go, release it. Take that weight off. Yesterday, I was hiking the other day, and I got home and I was changing. I got out of the shower and I thought, what the hell? I felt I had like water weight on my hips, and my stomach wasn't tight. It was, and I thought, how is it possible? How is it possible that I've gained weight? That's ridiculous. And I told my landlord, I go, I've gained weight. He goes, how is that possible? With the climbing and hiking that you're doing and the way you eat, there's no way. And I heard from Spirit, it's not yours to carry. Drop it. Just drop it. You're carrying extra weight. And I said, I know. Why? but it's symbolic. Drop it. And the girl that I met yesterday, Christina, I was saying that to this girl that I met at the chai tea place, and I said, yeah, you know, I got this extra weight, and it's like, what? This isn't mine to carry. I don't want this. And this isn't mine to carry. I mean, even just intending that, put that intention out, right? And Christina said, maybe it's mental weight. And I never thought of it that way before. Thoughts, negative thoughts, like stop thinking about that sadness. Stop thinking about what happened. We can't undo it right now, and it hurts you. Don't think about it anymore. You get to choose if you think about it, them, whatever, right? Maybe you're feeling bad about something. I don't know. But whatever it is, for me, it might have been a mental thought, right? Let it go. Just drop it. Just like that. So if we can do that, then we're open. We're ready for something new, something pure, something innocent, something beautiful. And then life will find a way of bringing it to you. Listen. Downy woodpeckers. They're so cute. Isn't that a pretty little sound? Oh, awaken to the beauty that's all around you. I see a squirrel now. That weasel just turned into a squirrel. Oh, that's interesting, because I'm the squirrel. So I was a weasel, sneaky weasel, and now I'm a squirrel. Oh my gosh, do you see it? Let me see if I can zoom in. Right there. And there's a cat's head right above the squirrel. Oh my God, okay. The squirrel is right here. Right, there's its little arms and its little body. Whoops. And then above that squirrel, right behind it, like standing a head taller, is the cat. And there's a cat standing next to this one, too. There's a bunch of cats. I'm in the Valley of the Cats again. Very cool. Lyran starseed. Okay. So right now, when you're reborn, maybe this is about, thinking about your health. I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to, to me, I feel so good. This is what I should do every single day, right? I work in the morning, I go out for a hike, I go home, I work again, but it's constant. It's healthy. It energizes me, right? So this is talking about right now, health and fitness. It's part of what you're doing. Your passion, your desire, your new will, your new force. This is how I feel here, charged, right? This is what happens when you're reborn. This is what the Golden Phoenix brings to you. They're not telling you that you have to have the perfect body. You don't have to have a specific type of body even, right? They're just saying that for you, they want you to be healthy. I just saw Mrs. Potts. That's interesting. So the pot, right there, the coffee pot, and Mrs. Potts is right there. Her back is turned on the... Remember that saying? I wonder if you can see her. It's like the Queen Mother. She's got her nose turned up over there. I see her. She's got her head... She's turned away from the coffee pot. Oh, that's a good example of the kettle calling the kettle black, right? How does it go? Something like that, right? You do all of these things. It's kind of like that person that I said that was this person was a closet drinker, doing drugs in the closet, was accusing everybody and judging everybody, but was going home and doing all of that themselves, right? Good example of the pot calling the kettle black. Really, right? Don't judge. So that one turned their back on that one. The queen bee. Don't feel bad about yourself. Allow them to fall away. They're not in your highest good, right? They're not. No matter who it is. And allow yourself to be reborn. Focus on what's best in your health and healing. And in your health and healing, it's mental health as well, right? Being around somebody like that can really mess with your mental health. You think something wrong with you? No, it's not something wrong with you. You've been around a psycho. That's the problem. So you don't have to have the perfect body. You just have to love the body that you were given, right? Like I didn't need to stand there. I didn't get mad at my body. I just thought, how is it possible that this isn't tight? Well, get out and start hiking. So I said, I need to climb. That'll work out every muscle. Remember I said, I don't know why my lower back is hurting. Why is my back hurting? Because there's muscles that you're using that you haven't used in a long time. You haven't been hiking for a long time. It's not hiking, it's climbing. That's what I like to do. I like to climb, right? So if you don't like the way it looks, do something about it. So it's about allowing your physicality to be reshaped. It can be. It can happen very quickly, right? You can run faster. You can climb higher. You can take up yoga. You can do whatever it is. You need to listen to what your body says. You're not going to push yourself. But I got to tell you, when I first got here, I was embarrassed for myself. I thought, dang, I'm out of shape. I'm not doing as well as, and today I am. You know, I was climbing better. So, I mean, I thought, I even said in one of the videos the other day, this sucks. And one thing about getting old is, you know, you can't do the stuff that you used to do just a little while ago. Well, I couldn't do it a couple days ago, and I'm doing it today. So you will be the best that you can be. You don't have to have a certain body type. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the star, right? You don't have to be. You just are going to be the best for you. You're going to be thinking about what's good for your health, what's good for your mental health. You're going to love your body. You're going to tell your body, you did a good job today, Sherry. You were freaking climbing all over the place. I'm proud of you. Tonight, you get a sea salt bath and candles. Go buy a candle at the Goodwill. They've got tons. Don't be critical of your body. Don't sit there and shame your body. Don't shame yourself. I grew up shaming myself my whole life. So did my mom. Didn't want to get naked in front of anybody. Always would find, I mean, I was so paranoid I could never relax. I've only ever one time not felt that way. Only once, and I was in the company of somebody that I knew didn't judge me that way. That's pretty magical, right? But I needed to not judge me that way. I need to love myself that way. So when you are doing this and when you listen to the Golden Phoenix, the advice that you're getting, your body's going to love you. You're going to be in harmony with it. It's going to feel comfortable. It's going to work well, because when you love your body, when you love anybody and you support anybody, they love you back. Who doesn't want to be loved and supported, right? I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I remember when I was talking my twin's ear off, sending him emails. I was so excited to talk to him. I hadn't talked to him in such a long time. And I don't know, anytime I saw something new, I would send it to him, right? Like this. I'm like, oh, look, and I'd send it to him. And he would say, you write too much all day long. I'm busy. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I was embarrassed instantly. I was just like, hurt my feelings. And then he goes, I've got 2 companies to run. And I was like, what? I thought he was a freaking hippie. That's who I fell in love with, right? I had no idea. And I said, wow, I'm so proud of you. Wow. Wow. And he said, thanks, babe. But, you know, remember, you're supposed to express what you're feeling. It feels good for somebody to say, you know, I worked hard. I'm working hard. And somebody to say, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. You're a work in progress and you're doing good, right? Good job. Keep going. Who doesn't want to be around somebody who encourages you and who recognizes the good in you, right? Nobody. You all want that. Everybody wants that. I used to watch my mom and dad, and my mom was always so busy, and my mom and dad were not a good fit. They were together forever, but it wasn't a good fit. And they just didn't understand each other. They didn't know how to communicate, and that's a big deal. And my dad's a workaholic, and my mom, you know, was alone all the time, and so that was annoying. And but my dad was working really hard, and I didn't know the ins and outs, right? You only see one side, one perspective when you're a kid. You don't know. My dad never said anything. He never complained. But I saw it as an adult later. And I thought, man, my dad works really hard. He gets up really early, and he stands on his feet all day long to take care of all of us. And he loves cherries. I'm going to go to the farmer's market, and I handpick every single cherry so they're all rock hard and dark purple, because I know he loves them. And I used to think to myself, it wouldn't take very much from my mom to go down there and bring him a piece of pie. Or, you know, and maybe she has a couple times and he's told her he didn't want it. But you know what? It's the thought. I don't know. I just thought, I just knew that I was going to remember that. And I do remember that. And even though my dad at this time he doesn't talk to me, right? Because he wanted to control my life, and he doesn't like me doing this. He doesn't want me to do this. Climb mountains. He wants me to be home in the mall, gossiping with women. I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. And I said, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, period. And he didn't like that. So he doesn't talk to me. But he still stands on his feet, and he's 75 years old, and he lives alone, and I've watched him trip on these stupid little steps that he has going down into his shop at his business, and I thought, you know, if you ever fell, nobody would know. It makes me nervous. So I write to him every couple weeks, and I just want to know, are you okay? And with this whole virus thing, you know, hey, Dad, how you doing? I just need to check on you. And he's so stubborn and arrogant that he gives me the silent treatment, and he doesn't respond. And so I'll let him have his breathing room because he wants me to come home. He wants me to come crawling back, right? And I'm nice to him, but I'm not gonna be controlled by anybody. It's not gonna happen. So if you want to be respectful, but it's hard for parents sometimes to see their children as adults, right? He thinks that rules apply to him or to me, but not to him. And I said, look, I might be your child, but I'm also a mother that raised 2 kids who now have kids of their own. So I'm not a little kid. I make my own life choices, and you need to respect that. I respect my kids. I don't tell them what to do, ever. I learned that. And he doesn't like it. He's a stubborn German. It's hard for him, right? So I get that, you know. I get that. I know that he's deep down inside, he's just stubborn, and he actually doesn't like the solitude. But even if he did, you know, I'll check on him. And I said to him, we don't have to hang out, but you need to respond because I need to know you're okay. So he didn't respond about this whole coronavirus thing. I left him a message and asked him if he was okay, and he didn't respond. So I've been here for about, you know, a week, and I haven't heard anything, so that's a reminder for me. So this might be a reminder for you. You know, sometimes people are difficult, especially as they get older. You know, you don't know that your parents might not be starting to have, you know, my dad would be so insulted if I said this, but starting to have signs of dementia, right? You don't know, but they're a pain in the ass. But that man took care of me. You know, he did a lot of rotten things, but he did a lot of amazing things too. And I would say the good outweighs the bad, for sure. So, it's not easy being a parent. It's hard. And when you become a parent yourself, you get that. So, maybe you need to check in on somebody. You know, are you doing okay? I just want to, you know, make sure that... And I have a message about that, actually. There is somebody that has been watching someone. They love them, but they have pride. And it's not just the pride, their ego. It's also a little bit of fear. They don't feel that they would be welcome back. And the way that they're going to come back is they're going to check on you. I literally got that somebody's parent is going to do this, actually. And somebody else that somebody used to love is going to do it as well. But they're going to check in on you, and they're going to do it in a way. It could be a partner, right, that you had a falling out with. And it's going to just be very basic and very casual. It'll be, you know, just want to check and make sure that your family's doing okay. Is your health all right? You know, and there was another one too that was, the way they were going to do it was they were going to ask them like a business question. Oh, I was looking for blah, blah, blah. I mean, and you will know because it's somebody that you haven't talked to, and it was bad blood and it didn't go well. And the question, you're just kind of like, really, dude? Like, that's your response, right? Like, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to feel the situation out. They're trying to break the ice, right? They're wanting to see if you'll be receptive because they are sorry. They don't want the distance. They don't want the problems. You don't have to be their best friend. In one of the cases, I think what I was shown was one was a partner and it was really bad, but they used to be friends. And the apology can be accepted, but you're not stupid. You're wise to the situation now, right? They are sorry. They're not necessarily in your highest good, but they are sorry. And in another case, what did we get? We got something that you thought was dead and over suddenly burst back to life, right? The phoenix rises. So it might be something that you never thought was going to happen. You'd given up hope or starting to give up hope. Or maybe it's just going to be surprising. But it suddenly burst back to life and it's good. It's a good thing. Okay, hold on, you guys. I got to figure out. Gotta get down here. Woo, yay. We did it together. That's badass. So we're at 1 hour and 8 minutes, 56 seconds. And I can take you a little of the ways with me if you'd like. You can ditch off if you don't want to get the downtime messages. There's always messages as we go down the mountain. Okay, so there's that way and there's this way. You know what's interesting? Standing right here, it's like 30 degrees cooler. No kidding. Like, that's a lot. It's like a refrigerator right there. Wow. Oh, I was going to show you the womb, right? To rebirth you. Yeah. I did the video earlier with my walking tribe. This is how we do walking tours of the land and you get messages from Spirit as we go along. But this, you guys didn't get to see if you're not on my Facebook. Or, let's see, where are we? Is it all the way over there? I have to remember to lighten that up for you guys. See, when I come up here, I don't realize how far I go, how far I travel. I go quite a ways. Oh, it feels so good. My legs are burning on the back of my legs. It feels great. Here, I'll take you guys here because this is just bitching. It's a good place to be. Oh, I was up above. Remember that guy left his stuff? Pretty cool, eh? He could leave a little sacred prayer stone. Now you see a giant warthog. Do you see him? Right there? Wow. On top of his head, he was that. Oh, look at that cave, you guys. Oh my God. That is so cool. That is absolutely a cougar cave. Holy granola. Okay, let's go up. Because it might be in there now. Wow, I just heard it is. Did you guys see in the back of it? Wow. Okay, I do this every time. I can't go this way. Yes. I should go the other way. It's faster and it's easier. Damn it. I do it every time. Shit. My backpack sometimes knocks me off my perch. Ooh, shit. Okay, relax. It's okay. Sorry. It doesn't help that I've got a cord on this frickin' thing. I gotta be going along and I'm all good, and my backpack all of a sudden hooks on something and knocks me off the wall. Okay. There's the cave. So this is the rebirthing cave. You come up inside. Oh my God, am I doing it again? Fuck! Sorry. Shit. I might cut this off then. This is the inside. You can see it clearly, right? Like a woman's body. And those are the hips, hip bones, pelvic bones, and you're rebirthed. As you come out, you're renewed. So I don't know if this is gonna go out because I just zoomed in on my face and I'm feeling like I'm ancient right now. That was your experience. I'm gonna let you guys go. It's getting cold fast and I gotta get down the other side of the trail. It's amazing how fast the temperature drops. And remember I said, yeah, I gotta go down low. Remember I said I was overdressed? Oh, that was the other video. I was overdressed and it was hot. And I thought I won't be. Now, how did I come up here? I never go back the same way. A trail would be nice. A trail would be nice. So, I'm gonna let you guys go. Peace out.